All right, we are ready for our next case, and that's Mr. Tyson. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Would you introduce yourself, tell us your name and DOC number?
My name is Jermaine Tyson, DOC number 411840.
Yes, sir, and listen, let me see, you can see on Zoom, we have the Parole Project here, Channing Blake is here, your family members, cousins, Lester Tyson and Leslie Tyson, and they want to speak on your behalf, and we'll do that in just a minute. First, I have to read some information into the record. Mr. Tyson, you are classified as a third felony offender. You are seeking a commutation of your sentence. You were sentenced in St. Tammany Parish, in March of 2012, 2 counts of aggravated arson. You were, as a habitual offender, you received a 30-year sentence on each, running concurrently, but then consecutive to any other sentence. You have a July 2010 conviction for terrorizing, and that was a 2-year sentence. You do have a parole eligibility date in March of 2032, and you have a good time date in February of 2042. So is all that information correct, Mr. Tyson?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Tell us, sir, tell us about what did you do? You're a habitual offender. What did you do to land a 30-year jail sentence? And why should we vote for you today?
I committed the crime of aggravated arson. I set fire to the house. Why y'all should let me? I'm granted a release. That I'd have made a change in my life. I'm not the same person that I was that I came into prison. I'm sorry for what I did. I'm remorseful to the family, to the victims. About it. Well, I went to the club the night of the accident. I went to the club and had a few drinks. I come back. I went to the house and I set the fire. Put two sheets of newspaper on the floor and I lit it. And they caught fire and I left. So after I left, it was on fire. And I went to jail. I got arrested and went to jail for aggravated arson.
Yep. 2 counts, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So 2 separate incidents.
No, it was just one incident. That was just one house.
Yeah,
it was 2 big houses, but one house caught a fire.
I see. All right. Captain, what can you tell us about Mr. Tyson?
Mr. Tyson came to us under some different circumstances. I didn't meet him until he was here. But since he's been here, he's been a very hard worker, somewhat entertaining most days. He always has a smile on his face. He had a slow start finding his groove, but when he found it, he hit it. He hit it hard. He's been doing an excellent job for us, and I'm thankful that he's here.
How long has he been there?
Less than a year. 7 months.
All right, sir. We're going to have some questions for you, Mr. Tyson, but first we'll hear from the Parole Project, Mr. Blake.
Good afternoon to this honorable board. Channing Blake with Louisiana Parole Project, appearing on behalf of Mr. Jermaine Tyson. Because of his programming and his participation at Kairos and JCs, we've accepted him into our program. We're going to provide him transitional housing and employment assistance if the board deems it necessary to give him a favorable recommendation today. Thank you so much for your time.
All right, thank you. And next, we'd like to hear from Lester Tyson, please.
Yes, ma'am. Lester Tyson speaking on behalf of my cousin Jermaine Tyson. We grew up with Jermaine since we was kids. Jermaine is very entertaining, very intelligent, and his biggest downfall was alcohol. I believe you guys grant Jermaine the opportunity to make parole. I think he'll be a great candidate, and I don't think that he will let y'all down. Since then, Jermaine has lost his mother, his grandmother, and the ones that's close to him most. Me and my sister that's here online now, including my wife, we're his only relative that can look after Jermaine. And we would thank y'all very much if you all would see that he will make it home to us. He also has a standard job. I do contractor work. He got a job with me. He worked at Popeyes even before this crime committed, and he was a very hard worker there. He looked after my kids when they was younger. He looked after my nieces and nephews. He's an all-around guy. And I promise you guys, if you all would see to it that he get out, that he would not let you guys down.
All right, thank you, sir. We appreciate hearing from you. And then we
Yes, ma'am.
have also Leslie Tyson.
Hello, how y'all doing?
Good.
I thank y'all I'm Leslie Tyson. I'm Jermaine's cousin. We all grew up together, as my brother said. We're more like brothers and sisters than cousins. He's always been a hard worker. He's always been great with the kids, hilarious. He's very funny. All the kids love him. I think if he get this opportunity to come home, he have everything together. He's talking about starting his own trucking business with the food and stuff. He loved to cook. Everyone in the family loved to cook. So I told him I'm willing to stand behind him 1,001% with cooking and stuff. I'm willing to go into business with him and help him. If he can get granted, he will be living with me. I just got a brand new house. So he will be living with me. He has someone stable, somewhere stable to live. And we're going to help him stay on the right path. We're doing the right thing and stuff. He done changed tremendously. Like when Jermaine is not drinking, he's an awesome person. It's just the alcohol that used to get him. But I think he done overcome all of his obstacles and he's ready to be committed back to society.
Well, thank you, ma'am. We appreciate hearing from you. All right, Mr. Tyson, your case was assigned to Mrs. Stapleton. Would you answer her questions?
Okay, Mr. Tyson, I'm just gonna jump right into, really what's most interesting to me right now is the criminal history, okay? When I look at your record, 2009, that's when you had the 911 calls. And you called and you said you had hostages and you were going to kill them. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, I didn't have no
But you didn't have any hostages. It was a fake call. That was the problem. It was a false call.
Yes, ma'am.
You didn't have any hostages. You just called them. And then, but there were several children present who were scared and upset because of that call. And you got 5 counts. Did you call 5 times to 911?
I'm not aware of that one, ma'am.
Okay. But you did call and you've been drinking all day. Everybody refers to the alcohol problem.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, then we just talked about the arson. So 3/26/2010, it was your grandmother's house. And there were people in there. There were 2 people in there, and that was set on fire with gasoline. And the state fire marshal investigated it. And he said it was intentionally set on fire. And it should be noted that this was his grandmother's residence, and she was one of the occupants, and there was another occupant there. A witness told police that Mr. Tyson calls police on himself when he gets intoxicated because he likes the lights, siren, and the excitement of police and fire incident. Does that sound right to you?
No, ma'am.
Why
Ma'am,
you
the house on they charged me with 3 counts. 2 counts of aggravated arsons for 620, 622, and 624. I'm not aware of the other house, my grandmother's house, that caught a fire.
Okay, well, this was 3/26/2010.
Yes, ma'am. That's the 3 houses on
That's okay. And then there was another one on 6/5/2010, and it said forced entry into the rear door. There was no one home at this particular situation, and the fire appeared to be set intentionally. It was confirmed that the fire was intentionally set, but that no one was home at the time of the fire. So you're saying you don't remember that one either?
Oh,
Those were 2 of the charges.
That's the two charges. The two charges was the duplex houses. One house caught a fire.
Well, these are two separate days. I mean, I gave you two separate dates, and one had occupants and the other one didn't. So, I don't know. And then you had the 911 calls. That was terrorizing. You got charged with that. But then when I look back in your record, I noticed that in 98 or 99, that you got 7 years for aggravated arson back then. So as far back as then, you got aggravated arson. And then in 06, there was domestic violence. You had some DWIs. In 07, domestic violence. And then that leads us to where we are today, 09 and 010. So I would say that your criminal history is pretty violent and pretty dangerous. You have anything to say about that? Why you like to set houses on fire?
Well, ma'am, I take full responsibility of my actions. What I did, it was wrong. It don't give me the reason to go out and set fire to houses. I want to apologize to all the victims that I hurt. Fires and the terrorizing and stuff like that. I take full responsibility for that. And I'm willing to see Alcoholics Anonymous when I return back into society. I have got me a sponsor that was willing to help me out with my problems. I know that the day that I'm an alcoholic, I'm gonna be an alcoholic to the day I die. And I'm just sorry, man. I'm sorry, and I take full responsibility for my actions.
Let me ask you something. Because it's such a severe problem, have you been able to attend a long-term class for that, like Steve Hoyle or something? Or Blue Waters, whatever is available, DOC, for that?
No, ma'am.
No? Is it at some other location? Where at?
He said, what do you mean?
I mean, that he could get help for alcoholism, substance abuse. Since he can't get it at LSP, you know, a lot of times we recommend that somebody get.
Yeah, that's if you're in a parole.
Oh, so this.
Have you ever asked to go somewhere for that kind of treatment?
I'm in Alcoholics Anonymous here at the barracks.
Okay, so but just no classes. You've had no classes.
No, I'm willing to take a treatment class.
Well, that would be good. Maybe you could ask someone about that and see about getting, because it's obvious that everybody that spoke today, they said, when you drink, these problems occur. And like you said, if you once an alcoholic, you always have to deal with that. So right now you're in a secure environment, but when you get out, you won't be, and you're going to get out. So that's something that you're in a perfect setting that you could take care of right now. Let's see. You have law enforcement, opposition, DA, sheriff, chief of police. You don't have the victim oppositions. One person, I think is your grandmother. She's passed away. Yes. And then the person that owned the other house, they didn't have anything to say about it. So no victim opposition. All right. That's all. I'm just worried about the alcoholism.
Hey, can I say something?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Since we was a little boy, we say alcoholic because Jermaine, he did have an alcohol problem. And I want you guys to be aware of that Jermaine, I'm gonna be real with you, he's a little special. He was in special ed and he had problems then. And since he's been incarcerated, we have seen the changes in Jermaine. And you're right, it's the changes when you get out. And I think by us going to see him more often, and a lot of times we see the change, Jermaine. We happy for Jermaine. He, like my sister said, he loved to cook. He loved to do funny things. And most of those things, actually, I owned a house that was one of them burnt down. That was my grandmother's house. But it wasn't burnt. It was just smoky.
Well,
And
I'm going to just read into the record some of the classes that he has had that address alcohol and substance abuse issues. Is living in balance, substance abuse education, and it does indicate that do have some AA and NA programs and certificates, as well as whatever you're doing at the police barracks with the 12 steps and the Kelly Foundation. So, how do you stay sober? Just by doing those programs?
I just don't drink. I stay sober.
All right. So you made the choice to stay sober. That's good. So why all these classes, and there's more on your list, why don't you have any good time products?
Well, at the time of my the other facilities, they had me on backlog and said I wasn't ready for all the steps yet. You know, program.
But at DCI, you did anger management, living in balance, and some other programs. You didn't get any credit for it.
Oh man, I didn't know why they didn't give me no credit at the time for that. They said I couldn't earn credit at the time.
All right.
Our defenders don't earn good time.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
sir. We're going to finish our interview, sir. I don't see any other questions, so I guess we're prepared to vote. Mrs. Stapleton?
Yes, sir. I'm not prepared to commute your sentence today. I mean, you got a release date and a good time date and everything. So I'm very concerned about the arson. So today I'm going to deny it. And you do have a major law enforcement opposition.
Mr. Prater?
I concur. He's a multiple offender, have law enforcement opposition, and there's some strange crimes that I'm not convinced won't reoccur once you're free and you're not in a confined environment. I'm not. So for those reasons, I'm voting to deny.
Mr. Freeman?
I concur, but I would suggest that he do look into a long-term substance abuse history, because I think that contributes greatly to him that he's offensive.
Mr. Tipp? Today, and it's strongly suggested that you do seek some long-term substance abuse treatment if you can. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Captain, that concludes our business. We're going to sign off at 2:16. Thank you, sir.
Thank you all so much.